Do you feel like, it's interesting too because I feel like we're getting on the other side of it, but obviously you're from Chicago and there I feel like there's been this like dark uh portion of hip hop's fan base that like, they really really are along for the ride until someone dies because
Right.
I look at a lot of these YouTube documentaries that get really big
Mm-hmm.
and people like they might not even necessarily be into the music,
Yeah, no, for sure.
but they're into like
The gang culture
the
and all of that
gang
shit.
or
The
yo
drill culture.
so and so's got beef
They
with so and
beefing,
so,
yeah.
and they're super into the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And then if someone, Lord forbid, passes away, you go in the comments of some of these posts, and the comments are fucking insane.
It's almost inevitable. Like, I'm from Chicago, so I've seen it multiple times. The amount of rappers that didn't have a success story because they met their demise. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So like, it's almost inevitable for real when you live in that lifestyle and you broadcasting it and you promoting
Right.
death and violence. Like, it's okay to tell your story, and that's where we come from. We all got a history of coming from violent neighborhoods and
Right.
violent backgrounds and shit like that. Like, that's one thing, but for your whole story and your whole image to be just that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just welcome a different type of energy. You know what I'm saying? That I don't, and I never wanted around me. You feel me? But in Chicago, it's big. Like they super invested in the fact that young black men are killing each other, and that's been that way like for years and years. And they tried to warn us about it. Like, they want you to kill each other. Like, even having nothing to do with the industry. Like, if you go back and you think about like people, who preached about unity, like Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, they wanted us to be pinned against each other because that's how they get what they want, you know what I'm saying? That's how they win. That's how the oppressed stay oppressed. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, when it comes to that type of shit, I always been like 10 steps ahead to just be like, you know what? I ain't finna like just be constantly dissing dead people and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because we come from that era in the drill culture where like you dissing dead people and you smoking on this, you smoking on that. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, these people got families. They don't even have to be somebody from their neighborhood. Somebody big cousin or uncle will want to kill you just for saying you smoking on they dead, they lost one. You know what I'm saying? They loved one. And when I started to think like that, I kind of like, grew out of that shit. You feel me? And
Yeah, it's almost like too when you do that shit, I can only imagine the amount of like stress you're like going to the store's got to be crazy
for
because
sure.
you never know who you gonna run
never
into.
know. And
You know what I'm saying?
I had to live with that amount of stress for years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go, you looking over your shoulder and you got to clutch and you got to watch who looking at you too long. You got to watch what cars riding past. You got to watch what cars tinted up. You got to watch what cars parked next to your car. You got to drive on certain sides of the expressway. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's real, it's deep, and it get real meticulous when you live in that life. And nobody want to live that life forever because you may be that way. You may be sharp when you in your 19s and early 20s, but when you get in your 30s and 40s, you might ease up and think it's, you know what I'm saying, time to be comfortable. And then
But
when
that don't
you
mean
get
they
comfortable,
forgot.
exactly.
Yep.
When you get comfortable, that's when you lose your life. You feel what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because somebody's 19-year-old son might have grew up hating you for
Yeah.
19 years straight, and you in your 40s, and he can't wait to see you so he could kill you for talking about his dad or
Some
doing
real
something to
shit.
his dad.
That's
You
some
feel
real
me?
shit.
So that's how I think. Like, I always thought like that, and I feel like me having that mindset is what, get me home to my kids. You feel like, and it's not a great way to think. I hate having to think like that, but every day I leave out the house, I feel like somebody's trying to do something to me, or it's possible, or somebody can do something to me, So especially being a father, I try to keep my kids in the most safe environment possible. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I just move with caution, and I don't even welcome that type of energy. Like, people love me everywhere I go. You feel what I'm saying? Because I show love. It's like nobody really looking to do shit to me. Like, even in Chicago, like, people really love me for real. Like,
Right.
and that's because I move with love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't move with that negative dark cloud over my head. You know what I'm saying? So when I speak to like the younger guys and the younger generation under me, I speak in that matter. Or it's like they know, like, bro, this shit, none of it is promised. So if you able to live a life and take care of your family, take care of your kids, take care of your mother, take care of your brothers, sisters, the people around you, like, don't take that for granted. Take advantage of it where you able to do it at a high level for, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. You Feel me?